Big guy here. Got a good one for you today. I'm going to talk about the power of a positive mindset. When I first decided to make my life better, one of the first things I had to change, one of the first things I actually read about changing, was you got to change your mindset. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people are their mindsets. Successful people have a very positive way of thinking. When they have a setback, they don't sit here and moan and bitch about it. They don't whine and complain about it. They're not, oh, woe is me, this sucks. Instead, they ask themselves, yes, they'll recognize, hey, yeah, this sucks. But how do I get through this? How do I make myself better after this? How do I prevent this from happening again? And a lot of people just have this kind of defeatist mindset. Like, take for instance a guitar player, right? Any musician you see on stage playing an instrument, you see them up there, they make it look easy, effortless, just total badassery. And then you're like, ooh, hey, I'm going to go play guitar. So you go pick up a guitar and you start, trying to strum a couple of chords, and you're like, Jesus Christ, I suck. And what a lot of people don't realize is that those people on stage, they sucked too when they started. But they didn't sit here and think, oh man, I suck, I can't, I got to stop doing this. No, they're like, yeah, I suck now, but I'm going to be a rock star later. And they just kept on and on and on until they were. Same with athletes. You look at, any sport, what you see on the field, what you see on the courts is the final result. What you don't see are the hours and hours and days and years and months of training and practice it took to get to that level. So, young kid might be like, yeah, I want to go, play some basketball, right? So he goes outside, starts shooting some hoops. Next thing you know, he can't make a shot. So you're thinking, man, I suck. I ain't going to do this. Well, if you give up, you'll never get good. But the fact of the matter is, nobody starts off perfect. Nobody. Everybody sucks in the beginning, initially, of pretty much everything they do. So you can't give up on yourself. And especially when it comes to a man trying to better himself, right? Okay. So you see a man that's real successful with women, right? He can walk up, have a woman laughing, talking, and probably get her phone number, Facebook, whatever, Snapchat. And what you don't see is how many women he walked up to and crashed and burned. How many times he got blown out the water. And so when that happens, like when I started out trying to talk to women, I had to remind myself, hey, at least I actually approached a chick, right? A lot of guys too chicken shit to do that. And then, yeah, she may have shot me out the water, but one thing you gotta realize, you can't be the type of guy that gets every girl's phone number. No guy is universally attractive to everyone, but it's a different story. But still, it's like you build upon your failures and successes and try to make yourself better. So it's like I walked up to a chick and it's like, hey, I'm a big guy, how's it going? So I have a boyfriend. Fine, whatever. So it's like, I learned, it's like, hey, number one, at least I had the courage to walk up. And then number two, just try to figure out if I did anything wrong or things I can improve on. And then number three, well, maybe she really does have a boyfriend, just ain't interested, so whatever. But I didn't let that hold me back. I kept working on myself, kept, making myself better. And now I'm at a point in my life where, I date attractive women quite often. Got a good one now. But, another example, okay, I'm a mechanic, right? And my job, I get paid by the job, not by the hour, purely by the job. So if I get a 2-hour job done in 30 minutes, hey, I made 2 hours, 30 minutes. But if it takes 4 hours to get that 2-hour job done, I made 2 hours and 4 hours. Sometimes that happens because, bolts break, things happen. So if I'm working on a car and a bolt breaks, and I sit here and get all mad and cursing and stuff and throwing things around, what good does that do me? Does it make me, money any faster? No. Does it get the job done? No. All it does is raise my blood pressure, put me in a bad mood. So instead I have to, it's like, yes, this sucks. But I can't change what is. I can only change how I react to what's going on. So I realize this sucks. Now I got to focus on how can I fix the situation as fast as possible so I can still make money and have a decent paycheck. And a lot of people at work actually, comment on my coolness when I'm dealing with some really crazy stuff. They're like, man, big guy, how does this not piss you off? What good's getting pissed off do? I trained myself to have that type of mindset. Let's see, what else do we got? Yeah, you have to start learning how to ask yourself the right questions. If you're ever in a situation that sucks, it's okay to recognize that it's bad. Recognizing that something's bad is not a negative mindset. Beating yourself up over it is. Downing yourself up over it is. You have to instead ask yourself, what can I do to make this better? What can I do to get through this quicker? What can I do to avoid this happening again? And then you start working on those. Say, for instance, you're having a bad day, right? You wake up, go to work, get a speeding ticket, get to work, your boss is yelling at you, and 3 o'clock's rolling around, and you're just like, man, today really just freaking sucks. It's a bad day. So you can either A, let it get to you, just be in a bad mood, grumpy mood, get off work, go home, and you're like, fuck the world, fuck you guys. Or you can ask yourself, yeah, today sucks, but what can I do to make it better? And just be like, I think if I go home and get some good loving from my woman, I'll be in a better mood. I started thinking, hey, that's a good idea. So 3 o'clock, had a bad day. It's like, pull up my phone. Hey, baby. Start texting stuff to her, right? Get home, and guess what? My day's a lot better. But it's just anything. It could be like, yeah, today sucks. But you know what? I bet if I go out and get me a nice steak, it'll make me feel better. So sure enough, you leave work, go to your favorite steak restaurant, get steak cooked the best way you like, and just sit here and just, chewing it up. Life is good. And that's the type of things you got to talk yourself up to, Every day is not going to be perfect. There are going to be failures. There are going to be setbacks. The thing is, you can't let it hold you down. You got to recognize, this sucks. Everybody goes through this stuff, but you got to tell yourself you're going to come out better. You're going to come out on top of this. And then you got to ask yourself, what can I do to prevent this from happening? If I can't prevent it from happening again, what can I do to, make it better, to make it have less of an impact? And you just got to keep on going through it, no matter what it is. But that's my big guy rant for the day. If I just keep talking, it'll be the same things over and over about the same subject, right? But anytime, if you want to make yourself better, you have to change your mindset. And you have to start asking yourself the right questions. You have to start sweet talking yourself. You have to, find out what you've done right, what you can improve on, how you can do things better. And, you have to kind of be proud of yourself a little bit, too. You have to be, like, hey, yeah, I may have sucked starting out, but at least I started out, and hey, honestly, it's not that bad of a start. And then start improving on it. Napoleon Hill really talks about positive mindset. His, book, Think and Grow Rich, or several other books he's written. I've read a couple of them, but he has this idea that if you put out positive energy, the universe recognizes that and will be attracted to you, and good things will happen to you. I'm kind of a believer in that. If you have a positive mindset, and it takes a minute to really develop a positive mindset. It's not just going to happen overnight, but you keep recognizing where your negative thoughts are, and you start placing them with positive thoughts. And eventually, the universe is going to recognize that, and good things will start coming to you. I'm a firm believer in that. Anyways, that's my rant for today. Big guy out.